I'm Elizabeth Ingram, Content Director with Clarion Energy, and I'm here at PowerGen International 2019 in New Orleans with Pete Davies, who's the Vice President of Digital Engineering Solutions with Uniper. Thanks for joining me, Pete.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So you work for Uniper in the UK.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about your company.
So Uniper is a large asset owner and operator. We have around 34 gigawatts of hydro, gas, coal, nuclear assets, which are predominantly based within mainland Europe and Russia. And we have an energy services and an engineering business that operates throughout the globe. And being in Europe, where the energy challenge with regards to markets, renewables, security of supply and cost is the most challenging, our goal really is to help other countries, other clients through that energy transition.
Okay, so you kind of almost anticipated my second question, which is what are the trends and challenges when it comes to the energy supply in your area of the world?
So in our area of the world, with the rightful increase of renewables to decarbonise the sector, we have seen a huge shift in how conventional assets operate. So for example, last week, nearly every single coal-fired unit in the UK was running, but 3-4 weeks before, when we had the clock change, no coal units ran. And that was for like a period of nearly 12 weeks, where there was a few providing non-energy products and emergency supply, but generally there's a period of nothing. And now we're going to the winter months, we're going to see a lot more running of those assets, both coal and gas assets, for multiple starts per day. And that, for me, is going to happen in the rest of the world. UK, for example, is at some days 60% renewables capacity supplied. So the challenge the grid has to balance the inertia and provide that security of supply and take as much renewables as possible is something that we in Europe have seen for the particularly last 5 years, but 10 probably in total, and the rest of the world is starting to experience those too.
Yeah, okay, great. So you gave a presentation in a Knowledge Hub here on Uniper's digital journey.
Yep.
What are some important points that you made?
So we, Uniper, and to be honest, a lot of engineers have been doing digitalization, machine learning, modeling, all these fancy words that get thrown around for 20, 30 plus years. We started by doing thermodynamic modeling 30 years ago, 25 years ago we did vibration monitoring, 20 years ago we did complex market modeling, 15 years ago we did holistic risk management, 10 years ago we did advanced condition monitoring, which everyone now calls machine learning or condition monitoring, and 5 years ago we did maintenance strategy optimization. Okay. And all those digital tools we've had to develop ourselves because the market has changed around us. And the biggest learning from that is there's always a combination of the engineer plus the digital tool. These digital tools around AI and machine learning, they're not magic. You know, it's known maths, but it's the application of them with engineering knowledge that makes the real difference, and that's how you extract the value.
Great. So regarding digitalization, what are the greatest challenges presented by the connectedness of power generation sources?
I'd say that the greatest challenge is around getting people to change their behavior. So you've got now these tools and processes which effectively are providing guidance before actual action is taken. Whereas in the past, in a world where you're base loading and continuous operation, your time-based maintenance works perfectly well. But in a flexible generation world where you're having to choose when to operate, when not to operate, your maintenance schedules and patterns completely change. So that ability to change your processes, change your behavior, to react to the new information that has already been based on your old data is the biggest challenge. Otherwise, if you don't do something different on a new set of information given, then you're not going to see any of those benefits.
Yeah, you're right. Well, great. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you talking to us today and sharing your interesting insights, especially about digitalization, which is going to continue to be a hot topic for quite some time.
Yeah, absolutely. And the industry's got a long way to go to really get that value. It's a bit different from the retail sector, for example, where you're not dealing with large, big physical assets that have temperatures and pressures that are extremely dangerous. So getting people through that journey and operating safely is going to be a time-long thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Elizabeth Ingram from PowerGen International.